it's been a
Mm.
mishmash. And,
Mm. That's fun.
but I got into the restaurant business, and maybe this is the more interesting part. I have two older sisters, and one of them, her brother-in-law, so her husband's brother, was a 40-year-old doctor. And he quite sadly, he had two kids and his wife was pregnant with a third, and he got cancer.
Mm.
And he passed away pretty quickly within 6 months.
Ooh.
And, so that was quite sad. I wasn't super close with him, but it was still,
Mm.
I knew him, and it was kind of a sad
Mm.
situation.
Mhm.
So my sister got my entire family to go to a health retreat. And this was when I was working in virtual reality. So I just moved
Okay.
from Japan to San Francisco, and it's a place called Hippocrates Health Institute.
Oh,
You
yeah, in
know it?
Florida, right? I've heard of
Yep.
that. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. It's run by a guy named Brian Clement and his wife. I can't remember her name. She's a clinician, and I don't know his background exactly, but I know he was one of the kind of uh, he was a student of someone named Anne Wigmore, and Anne Wigmore,
Oh, of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
she brought wheatgrass to the world,
Yeah.
and
Oh
she used to
my gosh.
treat some pretty famous people, I think, including maybe a US president or not. And she essentially cured, supposedly, allegedly cured her cancer through plant-based nutrition.
Mhm.
And one of the things they teach is it's not just what's good for you in your food, it's also what's bad for you in your food. So when you eat healthy food, it can give you nourishment and heal you. But the opposite is also true, you know? And so I went down there. It was a 3-week sort of session, and my mother, my father, and my two sisters, and my brother-in-law went.
Wow.
Yeah, and it basically was raw vegan, organic food and juices, but they showed you food combining,
Yep.
sprouting, the whole bit. And there was
Did you
other.
have access to, like, all the wheatgrass you could stomach,
Oh,
basically, type
I think.
thing?
Oh yeah,
Yikes.
I could barely stomach how much.
Yeah.
I can't. I do
It's
not like
pretty brutal,
wheatgrass.
man.
It's
I
pretty brutal.
Yeah, I have tried. I have tried. Like, I really even moving out to California, I wanted to, but it's just
Yeah,
nauseating. So I'm like, body doesn't like it. It's fine. Like, your body's telling you something, right?
yeah, yeah. It's not the greatest. I don't like it very much. It's not so bad when you add it to something, but
Huh.
and we have wheatgrass, but I don't drink it
Huh.
much. I have very super green juices, which don't like
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we spent 3 weeks down there, and my
Wow.
mother and my father got physicals from their individual doctors before, and then 3 weeks later, a month later, after having visited there, they also got physicals again, and both of their independent doctors were kind of blown away.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they all these different. My dad had a rejuvenated prostate, whatever that means exactly. But
Nice.
yeah, I know all this stuff, and the thing is
Huh.
you can eat healthy, and you will be healthier. I think we all kind of understand that idea.
Mhm.
But when you go to the extreme, where the only thing you put in your body is something that's really, really healthy for you, which
Mm.
I'm going to admit, that's not my. I drink wine.
Mhm.
I like whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
And I, eat things that aren't good for me always, but it's a degree of, but if you do that to an extreme amount, and you take away things that aren't healthy for you, it has an extreme effect. Your immune system, according to Hippocrates, I believe it after this, um,
Mm.
it goes from kind of wherever it was to a really optimal state, you
Mm.
know? And so I also
Mm.
met many, many people there who had been diagnosed with terminal disease, cancers and such, who had gotten better, even though they were
Wow.
supposedly, you know, going to die, or there was
Mhm.
nothing more that Western medicine could do for them. And so it really inspired me, and I moved from virtual reality software to the food business, mostly because
Mm.
I didn't really want to tell everybody what they should do. I just wanted to make it easy for them to access this
Mm.
stuff.
Mhm.
And so, it has a combination effect. One, it's good for you. Two, it's good for the planet. And three, it helps the businesses that are trying to do the right thing. And offer healthier alternatives to grow and as opposed to massive agriculture, Monsanto, Roundup, glyphosate, all that kind of stuff that
Mhm.
really shouldn't be in your food and is illegal in places like Europe. That's illegal there, you know? And it's really, again, it's profit dictates policy, especially in America. And so unfortunately, the government, the FDA, they're not really looking out for you. But I think a lot of people just think it's okay as long as it's on the shelf.
Mm.
So, anyway, I decided I came back and from this health retreat, I was so kind of blown away by the extreme healing effects
Mm.
of what I had seen that I told the chairman of the board of the software company I worked for about it. And he started eating similarly to how I did after that. And we decided together to start a restaurant. And the restaurant concept was everything should be 100% organic. So you know what's not in your
Mm.
food. Should be heavily plant based,
Mm.
and juice based, and juices that aren't just
Fruits. Yes,
fruit
yes,
exactly,
yes.
but are really. I mean, the whole idea of juicing is you could eat a big salad and that's got roughage and it's got but juicing, you if you took 3 salads and put it into a juice, then it's hard to eat 3 salads. So you could get the nutrients that
Mhm.
way. But the fad of juicing is often, the heavy water content, celery, cucumber, which are fine, good
Mm.
for you, but then
Mm.
also beets and carrots and juice and fruit. And that's not so good for you because you really want the
Yeah.
fiber. You want the fiber along with that sugar if you're going to have it.
Amen. Because your blood sugar, I mean, it's not cane juice, but yeah, I mean,
It's
you
still,
just
yeah,
have that on an empty stomach and your body's gonna react, right?
right. And so, yeah, our idea was open one with the intention for it to grow as big as we could grow it. Like my
Mm.
business partner used to make me cringe and he'd say, we want to be the McDonald's of organic. And I just, McDonald's. Uh,
Yeah.
but, it's true.
Makes
If
sense.
if people have easier access to food that is healthier, that is better for the environment, and that makes them feel good and causes less ailment, so they need less pharmaceuticals, which again, I think the world, especially America, is way over medicated. You need a medication to treat the side effects of the first and second or third medication. So I'd never worked in the food business ever as a server, a busboy, any of
Mm.
that stuff. But it seemed like a good thing to do. So we started the first one and grew it from there.
Mm.
And then I became aware of how difficult the restaurant business is.